Right now, you can look at a wild animal without paying much for it. A screen holds the distance for you. A fence does the arguing. A boat rail, a truck door, a camera lens. All of it quietly tells your nervous system that the encounter has already been made safe. Now, take all of that away. No glass, no fence, no guarantee that the animal can leave. Just you, a breathing body under pressure, and a few seconds where one wrong movement can turn watching into impact. This is the part people keep misreading. When a wild animal freezes and stares at a human, it is easy to imagine recognition. Maybe connection? Maybe trust. The biology is colder than that. The animal may not be deciding who you are. It may be deciding what happens next. Stillness looks peaceful from the outside. Inside the body, it can mean the opposite. Stress held in place. The first tool is distance. Nothing works without distance. A deer at the road edge, a fox under a porch, a seal caught in fishing line, all begin with the same problem. How far is the human? How fast are they moving? And is there still an exit? The stare is not empty. It is measurement. Eyes follow the hands, because hands change the world. Hands grab rope, open cages, lift nets, cut wire, and close the last space between two bodies. To a trapped animal, even a helpful hand can look like the final part of the trap. The problem with escape is you cannot always use it. If a leg is tangled, running may turn pain into injury. Fighting may tighten the restraint. So the body switches tools. It stops wasting motion. Muscles lock. Pupils widen. Ears twitch towards small sounds. Breathing becomes shallow enough that the chest barely shows it. The animal has not become calm. It has become difficult to read. That matters. Humans trust visible struggle. Thrashing looks like terror. Stillness looks like permission. But in wildlife encounters, stillness can be the most loaded posture in the scene. A small movement becomes enormous. One step forward, a direct stare. The metal click of a cage door. The low sound of a boat engine. Each detail can move the internal answer. From wait to strike. From strike to flee. From flee to collapse. The fix is not kindness. The fix is predictability. Slow approach, turned body, lowered gaze, quiet tool, open escape path, fewer people. These are not emotional signals. They are mechanical ones. They reduce the number of unknowns the animal has to solve at once. That is half the work. Everyone pictures the dramatic rescue moment. The truth is better than that. Most of the encounter is geometry. Where is the animal's head? Where is the human's hand? Where is the exit? Where is the object that hurts? A crab trap is not just a trap. It is a map of blocked choices. A fence line, a mud bank, a boat hull, a metal cage, all change the calculation because they do not only hold the animal, they change what the animal believes is still possible. Mud is a perfect example. It removes speed, then balance, then the clear body language that usually tells a wild animal where safety is. A trapped hoof is not just an injury. It is a stolen option. And when options disappear, the stare becomes more intense, not less. The animal is no longer only tracking the human. It is tracking the shape of the whole situation. This is why human intention matters so little at first. You may be there to cut a rope. The animal sees pressure approaching pressure. You may be lowering a net to guide it out. The animal sees an expanding wall. You may be opening a cage door. The animal sees metal moving, near the only exit it has left. The secondary threat is time. Fear can spike in seconds, but restraint punishes slowly. A line around the mouth changes breathing. A loop around the chest changes posture. A hook in the jaw changes every attempt to pull away into a new injury. On paper, the animal should attack the nearest moving object. Often, it does not. That is the strange part. The body can hold a suspended response, with the strike ready, the muscles loaded, the eyes fixed, and the decision delayed by a fraction of a second. That feels much longer to the human watching. Not peace. Inhibition. There is a difference between an animal accepting your presence and an animal running out of better choices. A hawk tangled in netting may become quiet for reasons that have nothing to do with trust. They are reducing error. Every extra movement gives information away. Every sound spends energy. Every failed escape attempt may make the restraint worse. So the animal becomes small inside its own body, even when the body is dangerous. That is where humans get fooled. We are the ones who turn eye contact into meaning. We see a held gaze and imagine a conversation. We want the moment to become moral. The animal may be somewhere else entirely. It may be sorting categories, faster than language can follow. Danger, restraint, opening, pressure, escape, relief. Not as human thoughts, but as survival outcomes, tied to distance, sound, posture, and timing. And it gets stranger when the animal survives. A released animal may bolt without looking back. It may pause. It may turn its head. It may watch from the tree line or the water edge. That pause is where people build stories. But the safer interpretation is simpler. The system is checking whether the threat is finished. In one short encounter, a human can become every category at once. The approaching predator, the moving restraint, the source of noise, the changing geometry, and sometimes, by accident, the opening that lets the body leave. That is why the stare feels so heavy. Not because it proves that the animal understands us, because it proves how little we can know. The eye contact is not a promise. It is not forgiveness. It is not gratitude made visible. It is a survival system running under pressure, asking one cold question again and again. Is the next movement death or a way out?